Welcome back to Life and Style Relationship Wednesday. We are on Talk to Pastor Chris. Remember, you need to send your questions, your observations to 22840 is our text message number. Your conversation on Twitter, Facebook, and on Instagram. Remember to use both the hashtag KTN Life and Style and Talk to Pastor Chris. You could also send us mail, lifeandstyle@sanamedia.co.ke. And you'd send either your questions or the topics that you'd want us to discuss. We're coming to you from the Michael Joseph Center at Safaricom headquarters. It's headquartered 2 at Safaricom along Wayaki Way. And we've got a live audience together with us today. Quite a number of young people, most of them seemingly, because as they keep on talking, I get to realize most of them are artists or upcoming artists. And this is the perfect place for you to come in and showcase your art. You know, whether you're in music, you're a poet, you are all those things that David told us that he is, you know. You just come right over here. The Michael Joseph Center is a great facility for you. And of course, I've got my panel. I've got Keith, I've got Eugenia, I've got Dave, and then I've got Milka. I want to go into a different topic right over now. I know that we've not exhausted the languages of love, and we can't even exhaust that. But is it worse to cheat or to lie about it? Which is worse, cheating or lying about it?
Isn't it like a buy one, get one free?
Yeah. It's like saying, which do you prefer, being shot in the head or being stabbed in the heart? You still die. You know.
You already messed up. You know?
But you know, the people who say, it's all right, I'm hurt you did this, but I wish you told me. Mm-hmm. Yes, there are people who feel like if you came to me and told me, we could have tried to work it out.
And those people are being insincere.
Hold your mics, Eugenia and Edward here.
I feel like, how do you do that? Like, how do you, because it's still the same. It's wrong for that person to cheat. And if they came to you, then what would change? Probably you talk about it and that person would say, I'm going to change. And then they'll still cheat or something. So I don't think it would help coming, being truthful about it.
But all right, go ahead.
I get your question though.
Right.
I think it's worse to lie about it, because when you don't open up about it, then there's no room for either healing or reconciliation or forgiveness or closure, all those things you're talking about, And it hurts more when you breached that trust, but then you kept it to yourself, If you actually value the other person, again, because it's not necessarily about how I made a mistake or whatever, but you also value what the other person feels. If you genuinely value what they feel, then you'll open up. And whatever decision will come from that, let it happen, because that's what real love does, That's what authentic love does, I think.
All right. So you're supposed to go and say, look, this is what I did.
I've done that before. I've done that before.
All right.
I kid you not. I've done that before. There's a time I cheated.
See how quiet it got in here.
Yeah.
Grab your cup of coffee.
Like I'm an open book. Like
right.
There's a time I cheated. Was it out of revenge?
All right.
Yeah. I've done that. And the thing that happened for me after.
Did you feel justified?
I felt justified. Yeah.
Right.
I felt justified. And I knew it was gonna happen. Like I knew it was. It was planned. Okay. Yes, like in my mind it was planned, And the funny thing is, after that, because it's the one thing that I always tell God, I'm like, I can never cheat. And then it happened. Mm. Do you know, the next day, I told the person I was with, this was not in my marriage, this was when I was dating.
Okay.
Yeah, I think retention can be used now. Yeah.
Confirm.
No, this was when I was dating, right? And the next day I opened up and I told the person, you know what, this is what I did, and I am coming clean about it because I don't feel good about it. And their response blew me away. She said, it's okay, even if you, okay, I won't say exactly what she said, but she said, even if you harm me, it's okay. And I was like, what do you mean? So I got a bit taken aback. But I believe in life you have to be honest.
Do you think that if the circumstances were different, where you did not have something you're revenging about, whatever it was, do you think it would have been easy to come like that? Because I'm thinking that if I want to revenge, it will not be a revenge if you don't know that I did this.
Yes.
So sometimes I may want you to know what I did so that you feel the pain, because I was doing this to hurt you. But in the case where I've been trying to be the good person. Then I've found myself in this mess. Is it easy to come and say that?
It's not easy. For sure, it's not easy. And as Keith is saying, I mean, you're living a lie, you know? And until you get to a place where you really want to deal with a problem, because that's a problem that you're having, until you get to a point where you need to come over that, you need to address the issue, now you on a personal level, it's not easy.
It's not easy.
No.
It's not easy.
In fact, it's a rare occurrence.
It's rare. I want to get the feel down here because it went very quiet before the break. It was quite up. How are you supposed to deal with the issue of cheating? Anybody who's going to tell me?
Although we know you don't cheat.
Yeah, you know, it's just, we're just trying to get a conversation. Anybody? Who has the mic?
My name is Steven.
Hold the mic closer.
My name is Steven.
Right.
I think the way to dealing with cheating is to come clean about it
All right.
to the other partner. I think no matter how hard it is, you should just try and be honest about it. I think it should be a little easier for the relationship if you come clean about it.
Okay. When it comes to like dating, you know, dating, so you come clean, you're thinking, well, this person may break up with me or something. Is it easier to come clean in dating than in marriage? Is it easier to come clean in marriage, weighing the stakes?
I feel like it's easier to come clean when you're dating because, you know, it's like you don't have much to lose.
Stakes are lower.
Yeah, and
So to speak.
it's like when you're making your mistakes, you're learning things, you know, you're doing things, you're doing this and all that. So it's easier for you. But when in marriage, you know, that's tough because this person can just walk away. You can even mess up with this person. They can even go crazy, actually. You know.
Could be kids in the marriage.
Yeah. So it's tough. in marriage.
So when you're coming clean, you know, I need to hear this environment when you're coming clean. And you think that you have somebody. We talked once about the issue of closure, and some people are very dramatic with breakups. So it could be worse, even with elements like, you know, you're coming clean. So what are you supposed to do if you have a dramatic person? You send a text and then you travel.
But
So that
find everything fun.
they can process. They can process. Then you will reappear. You say, you know, I was sent on duty. I was in Arusha or somewhere.
Well, I think that's the price you have to pay, to be honest.
Right.
Yeah, that's the price you have to pay.
And if that person, that's their personality of being dramatic over any issue, it's something that they need to deal with. And you can't say you go away because you are afraid they'll of their reaction.
Utarudi tu.
Yes, they will have to react, overcome, and deal with the issue. I think that's the best way to do it. Yes.
All right. But some people think that, you know, at least I'm giving them time. React, blow up, whatever. By the time I'm coming in, so I just come and say, look, I'm sorry about what I did. So they don't have to verbalize.
By the way, by the time maybe you are coming back, they are so fully loaded, prepared for you that it may be worse than if you had been there and actually sorted the issue out and, you know, once and for all, and do a closure.
Does the reaction of the partner justify the lying about it?
My name is Elvis. I'm an upcoming artist and a songwriter. Okay, for me,
What
I'll
kind of
say
music do you do?
R&B pop.
Wow.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. All right. Okay. Yeah.
So, okay, in that situation, I'll say that it all depends with the way, because at some point you can go ahead and tell the person the truth about how you cheated, and then they can react in a negative way, whereby they will be like, why did you cheat? Or they can even refuse to forgive you. So at some point, it all depends that you just have to lie so that what you have can continue in a best way.
Is there any justification in like you lied because you wanted to protect?
I think there's a justification. I don't like lying. I'm very honest. I'm very straightforward. So, but in this case, I think, let's say maybe you cheated on your wedding bed. Probably you're married to that person and you slept with maybe even the friend on your wedding bed. So maybe if you say, because she demand for details. So maybe if you say we were in a hotel somewhere in Eldoret or something, you know. So that is
and
better.
some ladies like
that
to
would be
demand
better
for details,
than
right?
my bed, you know, like, hey, that would be too much. I think I don't know. Who knows what the person can
Tell
do.
me about that. These people, all right, if the person is demanding for the details,
Yeah.
How are you supposed to go about that?
But to what means, to what end?
No, we're just helping everybody. So there are people who, you know, they want you to take them through the whole process.
I wouldn't. I would save them through that pain.
All right.
Because, I mean, you've already... I'm assuming we're talking about someone coming through to confess about what they cheated about or whatever they've done. There's something that happened to you internally, or you made a realization and you decided to do better. So you took that bold step and came and apologized and, you know, and brought it out. I'm assuming that should be enough. Save that person the details, because obviously that's unwarranted pain.
There's this element that sometimes, you know, somebody wants to compare themselves, probably, to the other person, because they actually feel they have been compared, in a sense. Like,
are they looking for closure also?
you know, I think pain has a way of throwing all kinds of emotions. When it's like when somebody is mourning, it's difficult to tell them mourn in a decent manner because of the pain, you know. So somebody will wail, somebody will just
That's true.
close themselves up. They'll do all kinds of stuff. So there are those people who, you know, they feel like, okay, so why did you go with this person? Is it that there's something, I don't look like her? I've seen people who even, you know, they're married, they literally will change how they dress because they think that is what made their partner go to somebody else. They change how they behave. So you just find somebody's behavior has changed so suddenly because they feel that they're in competition, you know. How are you supposed to deal with that kind of a case, Dave?
And justifiably so, because just like you said, you can't tell somebody how to mourn, you know, because in that case, it's also a mourning and a grieving process, because they're grieving the death of trust, you know, that they're grieving over trust, right? And whether they are over dramatic or whether they keep quiet, at the end of the day, what matters is your motive for coming clean. Because some people will come clean, like you said, so that, yeah, I did it, you know. And others will come clean because they're honestly broken about it. And I believe the true test of someone who's broken about something is that you will stay during the process to ensure that every single thing that was broken in that trust is restored. It doesn't matter what is thrown at you. It doesn't matter if they don't want to speak to you. You will bide your time to show that you are actually apologetic. And that in itself is a true test, you know. If, like Keith is saying, sometimes you have to save them the details. And I don't think that anybody who has been cheated on would say, tell me the room number, tell me all this, because it's painful. They'll probably ask for, okay, when did this happen? Why did you do this to me? But the nitty-gritty is very painful to even consider. And if somebody wants all those details, I would blatantly tell them, you know what, I know that you're asking these questions, but they will hurt you more. This broke me, and if this broke me, it'll break you even more. I'm sorry to hurt you some more, but I can't divulge all that information because it's painful. I'm just asking that you forgive me, and I'm willing to wait for the time it'll take for you to forgive me.
And I'm going to push this question further, because when you're coming clean and you're able to break off from that relationship, it's easier. But there are people who really feel like, look, I'm done with that. Then 7 months down the line, they find themselves in a compromising situation, probably with the same person. And what they did not want to do, they find themselves there. Are you supposed to come back and say, look, I'm struggling?
I hear you.
That's playing. That's too much.
Really?
For me, honestly, for me, cheating, that's it. That's a done deal. So you can imagine if someone cheats and
let
then
me
does
throw
it
it into
again.
something else. Let me throw it into something else. If I was drinking and I'm done with it, I believe I'm done with it. Then somewhere along the line, a year or something, then I'm going out somewhere, I meet these friends, they're drinking, I'm in a certain state at that particular point. Somehow I feel I'm overwhelmed. I take a drink. Am I playing?
Well, me, I think you should learn
Am
from
I
your
playing?
mistakes.
As in, the older
I
you
don't
get,
know.
you begin to understand some of these things are larger than the man or the woman. People go through things. This life is not easy. People should learn, people should know. But have you ever found yourself something basic. Maybe you're on a diet. You're not supposed to be eating cookies. You ever found yourself going back to the cookie jar? You know, just
Yes.
one bite. So we should learn, but sometimes life gets one over us.
But isn't that making an excuse? Because what if you want again and again and again? You'd want another cookie and another.
That's why I shifted from the cheating to something like somebody who's drinking, and he's brought in the element of diet.
Yeah.
Are there real struggles?
There
Could
are.
there be real struggles in
Yes.
the
Great
issues of
Yes.
yeah?
Yes, those they are
They're
real
there.
struggles, and even this person coming to confess, already that's like I need help. Could we walk together in this until I've overcome? Because yes, just like drinking, you may not avoid some people. They'll still be in your circle because unless now you cut off everybody who drinks, because you need to reach to a place where you have dealt with you, yourself, and you. Like, I need to stop this, but I need help because it's not easy. It's a struggle to overcome drinking. It's a struggle even to overcome cheating. People cheat every day, in out of relationships. But when you acknowledge, yes, I have a problem and I need help. My partner, are you ready to walk with me? I need you to walk with me and help me out. But yes, it's a struggle.
And I feel that sometimes we've limited cheating to the physical action.
All right.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so
Yes.
it's like I won't forgive you for doing the physical action, but as long as you're thinking about other people and you don't tell me, I'm cool.
It's okay because you didn't do
Exactly.
The
You know?
actual-
So I think for me, the outward expression of cheating, like the physical stuff, is as a result of a build-up. You know, you are either thinking about something or you are in an environment where your mind began to embrace certain thoughts and things like those. You know, if you're talking about people who struggle with that, then a change of environment is very key. A change of where your mind is stayed in is very, very key. Even if it means changing your friends, even if it means changing your circles, even if it means changing the things you watch or listen to, a change of environment is very important for any struggle, whether it's cheating or anything. If you remain in the same environment where you found problems in, the same problems will still find you in the very same environment.
All right. What about, and I want to go to the audience, what about the thing of, you know, you can run from everybody, but you can't run from yourself?
Yeah, it's true.
So you change environment. For a while, you look like you're victorious. Then after a while, water finds its level. For example, if depression took you into drinking, then you've changed environments. For a while, you know, you feel like, wow, this is a breath of fresh air. Then slowly, the surface, the top soil is going off. Then the real you in the core comes out. You're still depressed. You've not dealt with it. You don't think that that will cause a repeated action, Keith?
The time you change your environment, it wasn't just like a physical situation. It's a time you take to work on yourself and to reflect how you got there and how you can be healthier. So we're assuming the time when you're changing the environment that you're working and actually changing the state, the inner state.
The inner
Yeah,
state.
you're changing the horse in the up here, you know, as you're changing the horse on the ground, also the one in the mind.
All right. I want to find out from down here, what are the reasons people cheat?
Okay, my name's Drone. I'm studying law at Strathmore and I'm an upcoming artist.
How do you
Also
combine that?
talented, yeah?
How do you combine that? Law and you add. All right,
I'm
it's okay.
Yes. Okay, I'm unique. I can just say I'm unique.
But go ahead.
Okay. So like, okay, let me even speak slang to reduce the monotony. Okay, kuna reasons mingi wase wengi ucheat. Cause like, some people cheat due to like dry spell. Some people they cheat because of let's say revenge. Like someone has annoyed you and you decide to go and cheat on him or her for that purpose. Then
That one you call dry spell is, which one is that one?
Yani pasi mpaka unajua dry spell.
Because he said it. He said it.
okay, I could have termed it as conjugal rights if I
All
was
right.
married, but since I'm
All
not
right.
married,
Okay.
I can't talk of such.
Okay.
Yeah, but there are very many reasons why people cheat. And when someone cheats on you, lazima tu ujiulize kwa nini amecheat, cause like lazima kukuwe na reason, ama labda sao jamaa ndo ako na shida kama amecheat bila reason.
My name is Mr. Violin. I'm a music artist. Kila ambacho ningependa kusema ni kwamba there are some people, sex is an addiction to them. Even if they're dating, if the partner is not there at the moment, they'll still cheat kwa sababu wako addicted. That's a problem to them, addiction. Na hii kitu iko kwa watu wengi sana. Na swala kama hilo sijui utaweza kufanya vipi, manake this person kutoka ndani ya moyo wake really means that anapenda ule mtu, but ako addicted to sex, na maybe huyo mtu yuko sehemu nyingine, then itakuwa vipi?
And that's really something. That's really something. How do you deal with that, Milka, or anybody? Because some people, it's just like some people are addicted to coke.
Addiction is addiction.
Yeah, some people are addicted to coke. So.
And it's a disease, huh? It's a disease.
Yeah.
Okay, I personally think you need to get to a place of self-control. If you decide and purpose that you're going to take control of your body, your feelings, your emotions, it is very easy to overcome that. But if you decide like, okay, you are thinking of, I need to have sex, my wife is not there or my husband is not there, who is the next person I can go with? Once you entertain those thoughts, believe me, you'll go all the way.
I'm going to bring you back to the element of the addiction. And I'm going to move away from the cheating part to something like drug addiction. Is it that easy to just decide, I am done with smoking today, I've fixed it in my mind that I'm not going to smoke, or alcohol? These guys go for rehab. And there are people who even go to rehab and come out, and they're still back there. So for the person that it is an addiction to, is it just that easy? Like I'll tell myself, I'm going to respect my body, or do they also need to go for rehab or something?
They
I say
need to
something?
also go for help,
All right.
because it's not a one-time decision like today I've decided I need to stop this. It's a process. Remember, it also build up. It didn't happen in a day like this, you know, it's a process. So even that rehabilitation or overcoming process, you need support around you. And the best person to support you are the people that are close to you. If it is a partner, your wife, your husband, you know, whoever is closest to you, they should or they must be ready to work with you, because it's not easy.
It's not
Yeah,
easy.
I like you've said it, it's not easy. Because I was just about to ask that, is it putting too much on the partner to support a spouse who is cheating? You know, when it is alcohol and drugs, it's like it's just to the other person. But when it is now something that is like cheating, it's affecting both of them. Is it too much to ask the partner to support this person as they're walking through, or they go different ways and then they support from afar?
Understanding from the other party, because it affects them, but also they have to be selfless in this quest. They have to know the first thing is to get this person to a healthy point, because the most important thing is it's like a disease. Once it's an addiction of anything, it's a disease. And they manifest themselves in different ways. But once we've acknowledged what's going on and we've seen where the problem is, then we both have to be the bigger parties in this situation.
All right,
And you know,
Eugene.
sorry.
Okay, go ahead.
And it's funny because yesterday my wife and I are having this same conversation for like 3-4 hours. And sometimes it becomes easier to talk about it when we come from the premise of, what if they cheat? But have you ever thought about it of, what if I cheat? You know, like, how will I want to be treated?
Right.
You know, if I cheat, will I want to be forgiven? Will I want to be dumped immediately? Will I want to be talked to? You know, and things like those. And I think it's an interesting perspective to have, because most times we look at it from the angle of, oh, you know, if you cheat, then I'll do this and I'll go here and you know, you have no right to do this. But what if it's us?
If it is me,
and it was a very interesting conversation, because now it brought the conversation back to the fact that we're all flawed people. And cheating or not cheating, we will all make mistakes. Some of them are in a bigger magnitude than the other. But if we are truly to say that, you know, you loved someone and they made a mistake, you know, if it's perpetual cheating, that's different. But if they made a mistake, then that's where love comes in. And love is the most difficult thing on this earth. You know, it's not just butterflies and movie and just, you know, it's very difficult. And the tests of love are in those most difficult moments. That's when you know what genuine, authentic love is.
All right, Eugenia.
Okay, at that point, I wanted to talk about like alcohol. Let me just say, in my experience, I used to be, I can't say addicted, but I used to drink a lot. So one day I just decided, let me stop. And that's how I did it. Okay, it was tough. I kind of slipped sometimes. But when I decided like now it's done, it was that. And I even could go to a club and I could see people drinking, sit down with them. So it begins with you. If you decide, if you have that mental strength, you decide, no, it's not for me, it's not good for me, then you can work on it and you can go forward.
That's
not
what
everyone
I was
can
going to
do
say.
that.
Not everybody can do it the same way.
There's people who even put a date. In 1 month's time, I'm quitting this. So I'm going to drink all I can now. And then 1 month, and they're good to
Even relationships. There are people who say, I'm done with this relationship. I'm not going back to it. Me and this person are done. Then in 2 weeks' time, they just find themselves back over there. Well, that's all the time that we have had today. You know, time really moves so fast. But that's all the time that we have had right here on Talk to Pastor Chris, Relationship Wednesday, Life and Style. Coming up next is My Style Story. Remember, you could still keep the conversation going on Twitter, Instagram, and on Facebook. KTN Life and Style is the hashtag. Talk to Pastor Chris is the hashtag. Send your questions, your views, your thoughts to 22840, our text message number. You could also do an email, lifeandstyle@standardmedia.co.ke. Follow us at KTN Life_Style for both Twitter and Instagram, KTN Life and Style for Facebook, at CJ Atemo, both for Twitter and Instagram, CJ Atemo for Facebook. Well, keep it right here. We've been coming to you from the Michael Joseph Center. Keep it right here. After the break, we come back with My Style Story.